Hey, hey me. So this is one more time another video entry that I have just talking and speaking with myself. Today was kind of a hard day. I was struggling to have hope, which made it difficult for me to get to the gym today. And for me, an interesting pattern that I'm starting to see in myself, which has been going on for a while, is when I do feel like that, depressed, when I feel down, when and like for other people who are like experiencing depression, it's hard to like figure out what it is that you're feeling. At least that's how it is for me because I mean, when I say it, right? Like I didn't have hope today. Like that sounds like I mean, hope, you know what I mean? Like hope. Hope. Okay, so if I didn't feel like I had hope today, why? Why? That must mean that I'm not where I want to be yet, right? Which must mean that there's a subconscious feeling inside of me. And and I don't really like, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is like, it's hard to be depressed because you don't know where it's coming from, you know? And so, like, I woke up this morning just feeling like garbage, like trash. And that's why I'm like telling, that's why I'm, if you're also someone who's like battling depression, it's like, you have to understand that the reason why you're feeling so shitty is because, well, I'm not a doctor, so you should definitely talk to a therapist. But if your depression is similar to my depression, um, then the reason why you felt like there is no hope is because you aren't at the place you want to be yet. Um, you kind of feel like you're supposed to be somewhere and you're just not there yet. And to be at that place, at that destination, would then mean that you're happy. And so I was feeling like that and I didn't know it. It wasn't until I texted my therapist and she texted me. Um, and then I was reading it and, I saw that, her text, I was realizing, oh, you know what? Well, there are options. There's always something to do. But here's the other difficult part for people who suffer depression like me, right? So it's like, okay, so yeah, there's options. That's all fine and dandy. But what is it about the way we feel that we're just like, but we don't know what direction to go in? Because if you don't have hope, and it stems from like if it stems from like not having direction, then it's like, well, where the hell do you want to go? Then you're just stuck in a place. And the analogy that me and my therapist we've used before is basically like you're swimming, or not even swimming, but like you're in water, and it's like, you could be drowning, but you're not dead yet. So then what's after drowning? Well, I'm being taught how to swim, right? So it's like, okay, well, first, you can't go from drowning to swimming. you don't go from you don't go from crawling to running. That's not how it works. So I think at this point in my life, I'm at a gentle float. Like, she's taught me how to float. So that's great. I'm good at floating. And so today was a day when I was just like floating, and I was on the verge of drowning. And the reason why I say that is because I you know what was honestly going through my brain? I was thinking, you know what, today is just a wash. Let's just pack it up for today. And that's so like dumb to me, that's so stupid because life is precious. So for someone like me who has life where others don't, to be like, you know what, today's just gonna be a nothing day. Like that's it. Like today is just a waste. Like do you see do you see where I'm coming from? Like when you think about it like that, when you think about it in terms of like how can you do that? You know, to me, I've done that a lot. I have been so disrespectful with my life, with life in general, because we all have life. Life is given to every one of us, and for me to have wasted so many of my days, you know, so depression is a bitch. Depression is a real thing, and that's what depression is, man. It really keeps you from living your life and it's important to have hope if you feel like you're not at the place you want to be at. And so I just finished leaving my therapist a voicemail, kind of just like talking with her and telling her that I appreciate what she was doing for me because because I could see that, right. And so in that process, I was kind of making some small. It lasted like I left her one message, but then I listened to it again, and then I deleted it, which you can do. If you know, you know. Uh, and then I left her a second voicemail, uh, and basically they combined lasted like maybe 10 minutes. So it was just me basically talking, kind of like what I'm doing right now. But it's important to have direction, and it's important to be taking steps forward, no matter how slow, no matter how big, no matter how slow you're going. If you're moving in a direction, that's important. That's the most important thing. And so, like, lately, I've been feeling like the direction I want to go in is like music. That's kind of what I've been feeling lately. Um, just being creative, and just just but it's kind of a daunting task. Because I have personal goals that I kind of would want to achieve in that field, which probably right there is a signal to you saying that that's the direction that I want to go in, because I'm already having goals that I've just manifested without me even trying. Like they just manifest on their own, So I think I do want to get into music, just being an entertainer. I think, or whatever. Just it's important to like go forward, and if it means, and if like the destination for some people is important, for some people, it's about the journey. I think we're on a circular globe, so it really doesn't matter what direction, or I mean, it doesn't really matter. Um, there's no such thing as the destination because you could go around the whole globe and then be right back to where you started. But that doesn't mean you're the same person. It just means you're in the same physical space, which is probably where you want to be anyways. But you have to go around the globe, right? Which is where the whole destination versus journey debate comes in. Again, me personally, if you care, I just my opinion is that there is no such thing as a destination. There's only direction, you know. So, of course, we're just speaking metaphorically, not literally. Obviously, if you need to go pick up some toilet paper, you need to be at a destination for that. But anyways, let's not get off on a tangent. I think I want to, now that I'm like being more in tune with my own self and my own struggles with mental health, I think I want to help other people as well. See, there's different ways to help people who are experiencing mental health issues. Um, and so, like, I guess right now I'm thinking, which one do I want to do? Because I could listen. I am very very intelligent, so and ambitious. I'm a very ambitious and I'm a very intelligent, tenacious person. So whatever I set my mind to, I'm gonna do it. Um, um, so I was like, okay, well, I can do what my therapist is doing for me, but there's one big con when I think about that, is that it's not enough. It's just one person, you know. It's just very direct. It's very one on one. Um, and when it comes to music, like, I think it would be really cool if I could, like, without, letting my ego get to me or letting my head blow up. Um, it would be really cool if I could do what my therapist has been doing for me, but for other people. But here's a small con that I see with that. It's not as effective. Um, but then again, maybe it could be. But to me, it's just not effective because, for me personally, I don't find hope from music. Music is just kind of a numbing agent in a way. It helps numb the pain and whatnot, and it might keep someone from killing themselves, but it's not gonna teach someone to swim, so to speak. Um, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now. My leg is getting so numb. So I'm just kind of left weighing. God damn it. So I'm just kind of left weighing the options of what to pursue and where to go down. Um, and that's good. That's not bad at all, because it really wouldn't matter if I go down one lane and then switch and go to another. I just need a direction, and I think I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to have a direction. Um, it's I guess but it's kind of hard to listen, man. I feel like this now, but then I'll wake up tomorrow morning, and then uh, it's a battle. I think my depression kind of has a mind of its own, and it's gonna do everything it can to make me want to give up hope. It's gonna do everything it can to, like, get me to come up with any reason to slow down. You know, but I mean, not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because I do tend to burn out. I do tend to go too hard and too fast, and then I burn out, um, which is another source of frustration that I've expressed with my therapist. You know, she gives me nothing but options, but uh, but I wish you would just be like, no, this is what you're supposed to do, because yada yada yada, you have this and that, and she kind of has done that. But then the depression in me, which is why I say it has a mind of its own, it'll just be like, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about, or you don't know what you're talking about, and it's just nothing but, and it's just all nothing but excuses and reasons for me to stop gaining momentum and stop trying. And it's been like that for a while, so I'm not sure if anything's gonna change overnight. Um, but that's not to say that I haven't been trying. Like, I'm still working, I'm still going to the gym. Uh, but hopefully, when I experience another day like today, uh, maybe I don't spend $8 on on a greasy meal, when I could just, you know because I don't make that much money as it is, so to be spending it on my feelings is not a good thing. Um, that's kind of all I want to say at the moment. I think I want to be that thing for people. I kind of, um I think I'm kind of in my own ego a bit when I feel like like that's what I would want to do. Um, not everybody would want to do that, I guess. Like, not everybody would want uh to go into music for those purposes. Um, like, if I could and I guess, here's, maybe this is my depression talking, trying to come up with reasons not to do something. But I've never gone to concerts, right? So I don't know what it's like to be. Well, that's not true. I have gone to concerts, but so why did I say that? I just haven't gone because to me, when I think of going to concerts, I think of like Coachella, and I've never been to those big concerts. It's always been very you know, quaint. Not that the shows themselves were quaint. It's just that it was a humble. I've been to a lot of humble concerts, of various types. So, but none of those experiences ever gave me hope. I never walked away being like, oh, now I have hope. And that's kind of crazy, dude, because this is something that I need to discuss with my therapist because it's like, is that real hope? Like, I think if I were to go into that, if I were to go in that direction, which I think I want to, um, I think it would just be temporary in terms of like the hope that I would instill in people. But here's the other thing too, like I'm under no obligation. Like the fact that I've experienced depression, you know, one would think, at least I think, like I'm under an obligation to like, because I know how shitty it feels, and I've never like allowed myself to admit that. Like I've never allowed myself to be like, oh yeah, like I'm, I'm suicidal. Like, it's because for me, it's always felt like, because like other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I just don't, I don't know. I really don't know what it is. Again, this is something that I need to discuss with my therapist, um, but like just strictly from like a medical perspective, right? Like, um, let's just say that, just let's just not make things any more complicated than this. Let's just say that I have experienced depression on some level, maybe not so severe, but I definitely know what it feels like to want to give up, right? Um, then like in my mind, I'm like, well, dude, like if you do suffer from it, then you gotta help other people who suffer from it too, because it's what a shitty thing to feel. What a shitty thing to be like fuck life, like what a shitty thing to feel, you know. And so in my mind, I'm just like, well, if I'm feeling like that, and I've been blessed to have a doctor who can cure that, then why not? Then I feel like I gotta pay it forward, right? But I don't have to. That's not an obligation. Like no one no one is like I wouldn't be but like in my head though, right? Like if I don't do that, I just judge myself so much. I'm just a very judgmental person to myself, you know. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think music is gonna be a part of it. I think I'm gonna keep on trying to be creative. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how tomorrow feels. I'll keep it at 20 minutes. Uh, and I'm gonna do some things. I'm gonna do some things before work. I don't have that much time, but I'm gonna try to do some stuff before work, and then I'm gonna go work, and then I'm gonna come back. So, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just not work today because I've worked so hard already. I don't know. Peace.